Good morning. This is the Great Basin Fire Potential Briefing for June 29th. Looking at our impact maps, several things to be concerned about. The record heat continues across western and northern sections. Some temperatures in western Idaho, northwest Nevada approaching all-time records. Also, moisture and thunderstorms moving up from the south. We had a round of lightning yesterday in some areas. Driest lightning will be further north and west over the Nevada central mountains of the Humboldt-Toyabe towards the southern Sierra front. Wetter storms now pushing up into southern portions of the Great Basin. And tomorrow, all that activity moves northwards. A big thunderstorm day, but fortunately in the yellow and especially in the green, the storms will be getting wetter because they'll be getting more numerous. But it's that northwest fringe over northwest Nevada into the mountains of Idaho, where we could see the best chance of dry lightning. On Thursday, lightning in many areas, but at this point, after several days of clouds and higher humidity, the lightning is a mix of wet and dry. On the right-hand side, we did have a flurry of lightning yesterday across the mountains of central Nevada towards the Sierra front. More or less, it was on the drier side, just some very scant light precipitation amounts. Great Basin fire activity, new fire starts in the red, existing fires in the yellow. We continue at PL3 here in the Great Basin, PL4 nationally. Observe precipitation on the left the past 14 days, not much. And if you look at the percentage of normal in those red areas, it is basically 10% of normal precipitation. The only places that are above normal are just outside our boundary down further south. Some of that moisture starting to head our way. Our ERCs, driest across the southern areas of Utah and the Arizona Strip, especially western areas. And that dryness now is poking up through central Idaho. The eastern areas of Utah have moistened up a bit. Cooler northerly flow, same thing for Wyoming. Nevada starting to come up, and we'll be watching the areas up in the higher terrain of Idaho for the lightning the next couple of days. They're under the most intense heat. But if you notice up in the Payette, fuels are drying rapidly, but still marginal in terms of ERC and also live fuel moisture. It'll be kind of a race of how much they can dry out over the next 48 hours. Of course, there is the longer-term drought, exceptional drought in the darkest of red, and we're starting to see a good portion of severe drought pushing into Idaho. A little pocket here across near the Sun Valley area of extreme drought, so we'll be watching this probably expand as we go through the summer. High pressure remains in control here in the satellite imagery with record heat underneath it. There is the moisture that is moving from north to south that produced the lightning late yesterday across central Nevada. Deeper push of the truer monsoon here across New Mexico, and this will all come into play over the next couple of days. So here we are today. Here's the upper level map. The heat and dryness under that tannish shade. The deep monsoon plume here to our south and east, and here's a portion of it breaking off, producing lightning today. We do expect to see this area here under high risk with potential for lightning. Further north, areas of record heat, a concern. Humidity, driest in northwestern Nevada, most moist, above 25% further east. And on the left, you see the coverage of precipitation, and this is almost all going to be convective in the form of showers and thunderstorms. Again, this is about the northern extent. Beyond these fringes here in Nevada that we'll be most concerned about. Also looking at temperatures, look at high in Boise predicted to be 105, 95 in McCall, 102 in Reno. Considerably cooler as you head further to the east. Now for tomorrow, more moisture slowly pushing up across the area, and we see some of this green blip here already pushing up into parts of the central mountains of Idaho, and that's where we continue with high risk up through there, as well as across the northern tier of Nevada into the southern Sawtooth. We've left out the Snake River Plain for now, feeling that the best coverage of thunderstorms will be where the mountains induce their growth, but there'll be heat continuing in the lower elevations there. You can see the low humidities continuing in Idaho and northwest Nevada. Humidity is 20 to 30% in the eastern areas. More coverage of thunderstorms here on the left. You can see some deeper precipitation amounts here of a ½ inch or higher in the purple to blue shades. And that'll wet things down nicely across the Dixie National Forest, the Fish Lake, and maybe southeastern Utah. But again, these popcorn kernels over northern Nevada indicate drier lightning. Thursday, the moisture continues across the area. You can see that deeper plume of monsoonal moisture kind of turning into a hammer across New Mexico and much of Arizona, starting to move in our direction. So even our storms will be getting wetter. The only high risk will be across the eastern portions of Idaho at this point. The storms further south and west probably getting wetter. You see the humidity. Uh, Still dry in western Idaho, but starting to come up a bit and remaining above 25% across our southern and eastern areas. Thunderstorm coverage on the left. 3-day precipitation totals, you see them here, starting to pile up gradually and going down the road through Friday. The moisture continues with lightning activity, but for us, I think no high risk at this point. We'll see how much wetness this first round of storms lays down. You see a lot of our PSAs have yellowed out for the most part, and that trend continues on Saturday. Still some lingering moisture through here. And then on Sunday, we notice this trough of low pressure, but pushing in drier air, cool down off the Pacific, more stable. Maybe the last round of showers and thunderstorms, and then by Monday, drier air starts pushing in by those tannish shades on southwest winds. We'll have to watch the increasing winds and notice how quickly some of our PSAs dry out. 7-day precipitation totals starting to, again, pile up a little bit across our southern areas. That's why they've moistened up a bit. The deeper monsoon moisture, you see it just to our south. And the 8 to 14, the outlook, July 6th to the 12th, much above normal temperatures, especially across our northern tier, and a strong, drier than normal signal. This concludes our briefing. Have a great day.